Hi guys, Teacher Holly here today with a very important video. It's called What to Do When You Are Sick. It is that time of year. There are germs everywhere. If you're watching this in the fall, it is germ season. I know it is directly correlated to kids in school. Germs, germs, germs everywhere you go. In fact, looking on Facebook, Facebook posts are just lighting up about how teachers are sick and they're saying, "What do I do? What do I do? I have these classes booked." So I was going to make this video last week in response to all of those because I do have some tips for that. And then funny thing happened. I got sick. Not even joking. I was going to make the video last week. I woke up no, excuse me, Wednesday morning. Oh, with a horrible, horrible cold. Horrible cold. Here was the hard part. I was very blessed in that I had a pretty full booked schedule. I had Monday through Saturday, 3 hours every morning, and then had a handful of kids on Friday and Saturday nights. And I was just a little bit panicked, like, what am I going to do? I do not want to cancel these classes. We know in the ESL world that's a bad idea. Online ESL, don't cancel your classes. So I still needed to muddle through. But how to do that when I feel like I have no voice, I'm feeling feverish, I'm exhausted. So what I did was I just relied on some old tricks I have from being sick when I am singing. I am a singer, and a lot of times if I'm sick, I've got to sing anyway. And there are some tried and true tricks for that. Now, I'm just a forewarning. This is not going to be a video about getting rest and being well hydrated. You already know that. This is for those of you that are like, okay, got it. I'll get more rest, like next year. No, this isn't that. This is you don't have time for rest. You still have to teach. That's what this is. That's the bottom line. So, the first tip might surprise you. It's actually a mechanical one. One of the biggest or technology. Let's go with that. Technological one. So a lot of us, one of the things that we deal with when we're sick is our voice gets really low and scratchy, and it's hard to get a higher pitch. And when we're speaking, so there's a trick for that. If you go into your settings on your computer, you have a headset plugged in to your computer that will trigger some settings. In most cases, not guaranteeing everywhere, you can adjust what is called the balance of your microphone in terms of bass versus treble. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with this, you can probably guess though that bass is the low sounds, treble is the high sounds. If you're sick, you're already providing plenty of low sounds. So go into your microphone setting and stick that notch up a bit on the treble. Pull your treble up, and what that will do is that will change the sound a little bit on your microphone for the student. It'll sound a little bit higher than what you're actually speaking. And I don't mean higher by volume, I mean higher by pitch. So that's the first change you can make. So try that. I know that seems strange, but trust me, it works. Adjust the treble on your microphone. Tip number 2 is for you. Now, yes, you need to hydrate. I know you know that. And if you are like me, you probably hydrate equally with water and a caffeine source. But in this case, you need to hydrate strategically. So I have my little coffee cup here, and this is one of the teas that I love to use. It's called Throat Coat. I just get this at the grocery store. This is not a fancy thing at all. Throat Coat, this is a great tea. Drop that in there, let it sit, cover it with a paper towel so it steeps really, really well, and then just pour that goodness down your throat. At the end of this video, I have a tip for helping you drink it during class. Okay, so do that. Have water, have something by you at all times because trust me, you're going to need it. And even if you don't, it will make you feel better to know that it is right next to you that you can drink something if you need to. Number 2, use some vocal exercises. Now, I'm not going to embarrass you and I'm not going to embarrass myself by doing them right now. But the problem is, and I don't know the technical word for this, but there is a place in your vocal register where things get, shall we say, a little clogged up when you're sick. And so you need to break through that. So one of the best things you can do is hum. So while you're getting ready for your class, while you are in the morning, wherever you are, just start humming and try to hum up and down. Okay, it doesn't have to be fancy. You're not singing, in an arena, but start to hum. And what that does is that loosens up the vocal cords in the back of your throat and it breaks up some of the gunk back there. Sorry to be gross, but we're talking sickness here, people. And hum and then take it up higher. Don't worry about if it sounds good. Don't worry about if you're singing an actual tune. That doesn't matter. You are just trying to loosen that up. Nothing is worse than when that first student comes on. For me, it would be at 4 in the morning. That first student comes on and you're like, hello, my name is. No, get rid of that. Do the vocal exercises. So do that. Try that. Just a few minutes, and that will make a big, big difference. The other trick is to suck on some sort of lozenge while you are teaching. Now, this is where we have to be a little bit tricky because chewing gum in class, big no no. Eating in class, big no no. Drinking in class, big no no. I am here to tell you firsthand, you can have one of these things in your mouth and your student will never, never know. Now, I do not recommend if you cannot do that, like if you can't do that, like you're sitting there, don't do it. But I have sung entire sets of music with one of these in my mouth because what these do is these just create a little bit more, again, sorry, gross, saliva that helps lubricate things, which is what you need when you have a cold or you're sick. So pop one of these in your mouth. And in subtle ways, which I'll show you in a minute, you can suck on it some more. But just having that in your mouth while you teach sometimes makes a difference. Can I recommend, though, practice that before the actual classroom? Practice that. But that's what I do. I shove one of these in and I have that just kind of in my cheek or in the, this sounds weird, but I have it in there and that really, really helps. So between the tea, between the vocal exercises, between one of these in my mouth, that helps just get things working a little bit more. Here's another idea. You can see behind me, I did this on purpose. You see those flags up there kind of floating? That's because down here, ooh, yep, there is a little fan. I recommend if you're feeling feverish or you think you are or you're just sick, put a little fan on the floor or somewhere near you to blow on you. I have it up turned a little bit high. I would turn it down low so the flags wouldn't move in a classroom, but turn that on. That'll just help keep air moving so you don't feel quite as hot and you don't feel quite as panicked about feeling hot, that fever. Because one of the things is that when we are, it's a psychological thing, when we're sick, we're nervous about being sick. And so that's going to elevate our body temperature. So just have a fan running and that helps too. All right, here is my subtle trick. You ready? This is just genius. We're discouraged from eating and drinking in class. Certainly the lozenge, that's got to break a rule somewhere. But here's a trick for doing this. Let's say you're teaching in class and you're like, oh my goodness, I really have to wipe my nose. Again, sorry, gross, but you have to do it. Here's the brilliant way. Guess what? You did great. High five. Woo! Wiping my nose while my hand is here. Yay! Good job. Oh my goodness, you did so good. Good job. Drink my tea while this is here. Woo! Cover up your camera for just a second. Do it and then take care of what you need to take care of. That's the way to do it. The trick is to kind of keep talking while you're doing it. You don't just want a hand here and are you worried that I'm still here? You don't want to hand there in silence. So keep talking while you do what you need to do behind the coverage of your hand. That's the trick. Also, another way to do it is hide behind a prop if you have to. Let's say you are talking along and you're just like, yeah, you did great. Good job. Whatever you need to do. Try to hide the action of your mouth. Now, I'm not going to lie, it's not hard. You're going to be more exhausted. So then here comes the rest tips. If you can, try to give yourself some space after your classes to just crash. You're going to be tired. You know that it's a significant output anyway, but then when you do that sick, you're going to need to rest after. So accept reality that you do need to get your rest and set up your life so that you can do that. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. But the fact of the matter is, if you are like me, when you are sick, you still have to do the stuff you get paid for. So make sure you do that. Make sure you do your job. And then if you can skip out on some of the stuff that you don't get paid for, use that time to rest. So that's it. I hope these tips help you. Some of them are a little bit different than maybe you've thought of before. Adjusting the treble on your microphone, setting up a fan, keeping a lozenge in your mouth the whole time. But I hope that the trick of hiding the camera helps. I hope that helps you too. either way, no matter what, I hope that if you're watching this, you are going to feel better soon. And I hope this helps you in your online ESL teaching. If you'd like more tips like this, please subscribe to my videos below. And if you are getting started in your ESL journey, please invite me. I would love to help you and be your mentor. I am all about the practical, as you can tell by this video, but I also know there's a reality of getting hired, and I can help you with that. I'd love to be your mentor. So please use my referral code down below. That's it. Here's to happy and healthy teaching. Thanks so much. Bye, guys.